Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new league racing video. This is WR round number 8 around Mexico. Once again, as you can see, we had PSGL Mexico as well. Now we've got WR Mexico and we've got IRL F1 Mexico Grand Prix. And as you can see, we're currently 4th in the standings, 19 points behind Nicolas Longue, who I think is a broken wheelbase, so he's not going to be competing again today. And that means we can catch up in the championship and, yeah, try and win WR as well. That's the aim, of course, winning WR and PSGL ahead of the F1 Esports season. So, yeah, let's see if we can gain some big points today, ideally with a win. But as you can see, Q1, wet conditions, and it's going to remain wet for the remainder of Q1. Now, Q2 might be dry. Not sure. A lot of people didn't think Q2, or did think Q2 was going to be dry, and decided to go for 3 runs on the intermediates. That's why we are currently down in P18. A lot of people using 3 sets of intermediates, and that's all you get for Q1, 2, and 3. So if Q2 is wet, we're going to have a massive advantage, but the downside of this is that we only get 2 laps, and because it's wet conditions, it's a little bit hard to get the right feeling and be on the limit just within 2 laps, you know. Again, no one on the grid really does wet practice for league racing, simply due to the weak turnaround. It's too short to prepare everything perfectly, so everyone skips the wet. It's quite rare that it's wet anyway, so yeah, only 2 laps. It's going to be difficult to be on it straight away on this first lap and set a top time, of course, because everyone has set 2 laps or is going to set their second lap. So across the line we go. It's P2 actually.
I'm mindful of slipstreaming.
And yeah, 2.7 tenths behind Jan Halliday. He is one of the people
that
did go for 3 runs.
So many people in the last sector.
And yeah, because the track is getting faster and faster, everyone wants to set their lap time as late as possible. So this is complete chaos. 20 seconds to go, and I think 15 people have not crossed the line yet. Yeah, we're waiting as long as we can here. Now, if we slipstream, we get a penalty, so we need to be careful of that, to not slipstream, and that's why I'm pulling out straight away on the main straight, just to be 100% sure we're not getting any slipstream here to avoid getting a penalty. But yeah, this lap is important. We need to improve because the track is getting so much faster. So yeah, if we do not improve, most likely we're going to be out here in Q1. Through turn 1, 2, and 3 we go, and it is pretty much a half a 10 improvement by the time we head into the braking zone of turn number 4. Still 2.4 tenths down on Jan Halliday though. As you can see, we're actually gaining quite a bit to Shanika, so I was a little bit afraid here that I was going to get dirty air, but the dirty air will be still far less than whatever Shanika Clay out of us is experiencing, because he started his lap right behind Otis Lawrence. So yeah, again, we got one of the biggest gaps ahead of us out of the entire grid, so we should be fine here. And we should be one of the fastest. Again, taking it quite carefully through the right-hander. Have to make sure we're not invalidating, of course. And yeah, Iswan Puki with a 24.1, Jan Halliday with a 23.80. Now we set a 124.5 before, and now it's going to be a 123.8.
No slipstream and a shit ton of dirty air.
And yeah, that puts us P3. Still behind Jan and Angelo Di Ortensio. And yeah, no one improved on us. We got a little bit of dirty air, of course, in the last sector, but yeah, I guess it wasn't the end of the world. I guess a lot of people had a lot worse. And yeah, quite a lot of grid penalties. They will be removed, of course, due to the lobby restart. Now out in Q1, Ben Sabo, Connie, Ruben Pedreno, Tamas Kal, Fabricio Donoso, and Thomas Ronner, who didn't set a lap, I think didn't do qualifying on purpose, perhaps. So yeah, on to Q2 we go. And we already set a lap time. Now we're on our second set of intermediates. Used set of tires again, and that puts us P1 with that lap.
Very lovely lap.
As Barry Borman comes across the line and improves on us by 100. But once again, moving to the end of Q2, you can see it slicks.
Still got a little bit to go.
But yeah, track is still drying up.
Good fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the way because I want to wait as long as possible here, of course. And yeah, get the best track possible. That's the aim here. Because with a grid that's so close, every 100 is going to matter. Obviously, the tire temperature is not going to be ideal here because we're crawling around the last sector. 21 seconds to go, and there's still like 10 people that have to cross the line. So, yeah, we are trying to leave it as late as possible. At the same time, not screw anyone over behind us. We crossed the line with 12 seconds to go, so that is quite nice. And yeah, this is the lap that's going to matter. If we invalidate, we're out in Q2 here. We only get one lap. Car behind is really close, by the way. Through turn 1 I go, a little bit of a mistake. Obviously, we have no idea what the grip is going to feel like due to the drying up track. We don't know how dry it is. We just got to sand it and hope it sticks. Through turn 4 we go. A little bit of a micro lockup there, but nothing major. We make the apex in turn 4 and 5. Same for turn 6 and 7. And now into the fast section we go. This is a very tricky corner to get right because you have to clip the grass on the inside. That is the fastest way. It just doesn't feel natural to drive over the grass, of course. But into the final sector we go. And it's a 55.0 split, which is not bad for a track that is off the pace at the moment. By the last sector, to be honest, the track might be completely dry. I'm not sure. Through the final few corners we go. A little bit of a correction under traction, but it is going to be enough to make it into Q2. It's a 13.8, puts us P4, and by the end that's P5.
You know how
but
long it takes me and the team to come up with these objectives, and you've just absolutely ignored it. Come on, you've got to do better than that.
And yeah, P5 right there. Quite easy to get through there. Gaps are quite big. You see Duncan Hovland, Joshi Dovu, Ulla Zuzilderim, Shanneke Clay and Tycho Hardy out in Q2. And onto Q3 we're going to go then. Let's see if we can do a better job than in PSGL. PSGL obviously was short qualifying. But yeah, it will be nice if we can at least improve a little bit compared to that lap time, because we were a little bit off the pace. I think we were 1.6 cents away from pole position. So yeah, let's see if we can at least improve on that lap time. Obviously, only one day in between, so no magic will be made, I reckon. But we have to try. Into the stadium section we go. Quite clean, quite on the limit there with the track limit as well. And that last sector looked very clean. Across the line we go, and it's a 1:13.453. And that is already faster than what we did in PSGL. And we only got one attempt there. Unfortunately, coming onto the straight, I lost force feedback. And now we're already 2.5 hundredths down. And it doesn't sound like a lot, of course, but on a grid like this, once again, there can be 3, 4, 5 positions if you're unlucky. So, yeah, let's see if we can improve in Sector 1 still. We do improve by half a tenth in turn 1, 2, 3. And now that's quite a clean first sector there. Missed the apex a little bit of the left-hander there. Yeah, that lost us some time, which is unfortunate. You can see a lot of the steering flicking going on. And it's difficult to nail it because, yeah, we do it to slow the car down, but you do lose a little bit of front grip. But yeah, this fast section right there was really good. 8.5 hundredths up. Make that 9 hundredths as we head into Sector 3. And now we need another clean last sector ideally, but that right-hander wasn't really clean. And now we've lost a few hundredths there. Let's see if we can gain it back through the slow stadium section. Through the final corner we go. And again, just a lot of understeer on entry. And yeah, we went from 110 up to 1,000 up. And as unfortunate, because there was quite a lot more in there.
Yeah,
again,
I was
Good work,
200
mate.
down
Lots of
because I lost force
positives,
feedback again in
but
the
we
final
didn't quite
corner.
hit our objectives.
and Yeah,
Doubt it would make a difference.
it would have not been enough for pole position, but at least I think we showed that we had a little bit better pace at least. But yeah, it seems like we've got some work to do. On the past few tracks, we've lacked a little bit of pace. And yeah, ahead of esports, we need to improve on those tracks if we want to compete for pole position, that's for sure. Onto the race we're going to go then. And as you can see, we're going to be starting on the hard compound of tires. And it's quite an unusual strategy around Mexico. But there's rain predicted later on in the race. And yeah, this way we keep our options open. If we have to go to the intermediates, then that means we can do hards or either stay out on the hards. Into turn one we go. Unfortunately, I got tapped a little bit there at the apex, and yeah, this was not ideal. The tap put us back a little bit, and then because that cost us time, it suddenly was 4 wide through that section of corners. So yeah, that was not ideal, and we instantly lost 3 positions there. But it is what it is. Not a great start. We have to keep pushing. Still a long race.
3
ahead.
more medium runners behind. Just 3.
And now we get Tamashkal right behind us on the mediums as well. Now, medium is not a great race tire, but they are going to have more grip in opening a few laps. So
Top 10 or medium?
it's going to be hard to, yeah, keep Tamash behind. Josh is trying to go for a move into the right-hander. We go around the outside into the stadium section. As I get tapped around almost there on the exit, but we managed to stay alive and unfortunately not gain that position on Josh. He is on the same strategy. So yeah, perhaps we have to
just gonna check.
work together a little bit.
Okay.
We get Tamashkal still right behind us, 110 behind us. He seems to have a little bit more straight line speed into turn number 1. We're gonna try and outbrake him into turn 1, but unfortunately we cannot get the move done, and we have to let him go for
No,
now.
I'm seeing 1 corner come running. Just 1.
And yeah, we drop down to P13. It's not been a great opening few laps. We've lost 4 positions. We have started on the hards, but the hards are the better race tire around Mexico. So yeah, we need to try now re-overtake Tamashkal for P12 ideally, and we're gonna break deep into turn number 4. A little bit over the grass on the outside, but we're gonna make the move stick around the outside because it turns to the inside for the next one, leaving just enough space on the outside, and we get the move done up to P12. Our hards are clearly faster at this point, and that is very lovely. Up to P12, 1 position gain back, and the medium runners are starting to struggle at this point. Now rain predicted very, very late in the race. So my plan here was start on hards and then move on to the hards again before the last few laps on the inters. Now all the medium runners are going to undercut us. That's just a fact, nothing we can do about that. But then we have to make a comeback drive on that second stint on the hards. That's the plan at the moment. And now we're going to try and go for the move on Joni Tormla into turn 1. We're really close behind, slowly gaining. And now we're going to try and outbrake him into turn number 1 around the outside. Up to P11 we go a little bit deep, but that is okay because the next one turns to the inside and we get the move done. Up to P11. 1 car has pitted so far. And yeah, we got Joshido on the hards behind us, or ahead of us. Thomas Runner on the hards behind us. He had a great opening lap, starting P20, and I think instantly when we had that incident in turn 3, he gained like 5 or 6 positions from that. So yeah, he is on a similar strategy to us.
I guess target a +1 or +2.
And now another medium runner, Duncan Hovland, boxing for the hards.
Okay, copy that.
And yeah, we get Jan Halliday 2.7 seconds ahead. Josh and Thomas on a similar strategy. Perhaps they're going to try and make it to the end on this set of hards. We are not going to try that.
Around 1 second per lap. Maybe a bit more.
And the reason for that is we just didn't believe that the rain was going to come in time to make it on a single set of hards. Yeah, tire compounds around Mexico are the softest, or nearly the softest available from Pirelli, C543. You do have the C6 as well, but that's not used quite often. So actually, I made a mistake. It's the C5, 4, and 2 used in Mexico, which was changed like 1 or 2 weeks ago in a patch. So apologies for that. We're on the C2, so not the softest compounds available on this track, but still the tire wear is quite high, and I felt like that with the two-stop being an option on this track, hard would be the better option before the rain arrives. So lap 18 now, and we're gonna come out in pretty much last place. We got Giorgio and Ulas Yildirim is down in P20, completely away from the train. So his race is pretty much over. We got Josh 1 second behind. He's on the same strategy as us.
To pre-select the inter tire.
And he is going to try and do the same as us, overtake as many people as possible before the rain hits, or actually try to get into the lead before the rain hits. So full push, and at the moment we're trying to get DRS from Joni Tomla straight away. We straight away have to start making moves if we want to make this work. Our tires are better now, and the advantage is slowly going to fade away. So yeah, it's important that we get DRS on the main straight straight away.
You have 8 laps to car it.
And yeah, Joni Tomla ahead of us boxed lap 9, as you can hear there. We boxed at the end of lap 17. So huge tire advantage from us. And the first few cars are going to be relatively easy, but we're going to have to do it fast, so we do not get stuck halfway through the traffic. Into turn 1, we're straight away going to go for it, because we have to. We have to be aggressive here, and we're going to keep the overtake button on as long as we can. We are 2.5 tenths behind, and we're going to try and do this on the brakes, so we can save a little bit of battery. Into turn 1 we go a little bit deep, but that's okay. Up to P16 we go, a little bit of argy-bargy ahead of us. And these guys are fighting, are fighting for position. Obviously we are as well, but they are on relatively old tires. Duncan boxed at the end of lap 10, trying to go for a switchback. Couldn't pull that one off, and it actually cost Duncan a lot of lap time. And that gives us the opportunity for P15. Another position gained. And now we're behind Ruben Pedreno. Again, someone on a lot of the tires. And we're straight away going to go on the attack again. We've gained 2 positions already on this lap. We're going to try and make that 3. Into sector 3 we're going to go. We're going to have to be brave on the brakes into this right-hander if we want to make this stick. And take a little bit of such scare. We pushed Ruben a little bit wide there. Made sure we gave him enough space on the rejoin, so we can keep carrying this battle on through the stadium section. Eventually, Ruben gave that one up. Obviously, sooner or later we're going to get past on these tires anyway. We've got so much more grip at this point. And now, halfway into lap 20, you can see Barry Borman has gone wide in the S section, and that's going to give us the opportunity for P13. And now straight away we need to try and get past Jan Halliday as well. Into the stadium section, he's got a poor exit, and that's going to give us the opportunity up to P12 we go. And now behind Tamas Gal. Again, someone on all the tires. At this point in time, we're absolutely flying through the traffic.
And Williams ahead of him, now 11.
Yep. And as you can see, Tamas Gal is not going to put up much of a fight, because I guess someone told him how fast we were coming through the field and how fresh our tires were. We've gone from P18 to P11 in the space of 3 laps. Exactly 3 laps, actually. And now at the end of lap 21, again, I'm going to try and get past Lucas Blakely. Try to recharge my battery as much as possible, of course, in that middle sector. And now into turn 1, we're going to try and go for a move. Overtake turned on, and we're 1.3 tenths behind. I think Lucas is not going to put up much of a fight. But as I pull out of the little bit of slipstream,
Mercedes lap 9.
Probably can see Lucas, I think, turned the battery off, and now we get the move done up to P10. And now Istvan Pukki up next. Again, we need to try and do this as soon as possible.
20% more for Mercedes.
But as you can hear there, Istvan does have more battery and he's using it. So I decided to turn it off and start recharging straight away so we can go for a move somewhere else. Maybe somewhere in the middle sector, maybe somewhere in the last sector. Again, we need to do this as soon as possible. We don't know exactly when the rain is going to hit because the weather forecast in WR is approximate, which makes it really hard to know when the rain is going to hit. And that makes it tricky. That makes all strategies tricky, of course. Now, 1.1 tenths behind Istvan Pukki, trying to have a little look into the right-hander, can't pull it off. And now we're going to have a go into the left-hander again. And up to P9 we go. And I guess the top 4 that is still out on the hards is trying to make it.
Mercedes 84 exit.
Yep.
And Ferrari ahead, pit at lap 9, Hart lap 8.
Yeah, that group of cars in the top 4 is trying to make it to the rain on a single set of tires. Which is risky, very risky, because the rain comes 2 or 3 laps later than they hope for. They're going to get a puncture. Which is interesting. Now up to P7 we're gonna try and go at least into the stadium section side by side with Angelo De Ortenzio, and we can't quite pull off the move. We're gonna have to carry this on through turn number 1. We're really close behind, and we're gonna have to do this on the brakes once again because the slipstream is not gonna be enough to completely get past into turn 1, so we're going to brake deep in turn 1 and get the move done and the braking up to P7. And yeah, that costs us a lot of battery. So
I believe it's target lap plus 17 or 18.
Copy. So up to P7 we go. Now we are in P4 of the people who have made a pit stop. And at the time I was still so confident these guys were not going to make it. That we're still going on a single set of tires, but yeah, they lost a lot of time. Obviously, they've lost a complete pit stop to us in 9 laps, but the rain, as you can see, is started. So they might have just played this to perfection, but we hope not, of course. We hope this rain is not going to affect us too much in the coming few laps, because then we're fighting for the win. But Shanika Clay now ahead of us. He has not boxed as well. Still trying to get, as there's an incident up ahead. Thomas has been spun around by Tycho Hardy. And now we need to try and get past Shanika Clay as soon as possible. So we got pit priority basically. Because obviously we cannot pit in the same lap as Shanika. I was trying to have a little look on the inside here, but that was never going to work. Yeah, we got so much more grip than Shanika, and instantly we get past that through the S section.
Do you know?
And now we are on the back of Tycho Hardy. He has not made a pit stop as well.
I think something like target lap plus 17, and I'll let you know.
And yeah, I was a little bit surprised there that we didn't have to pit yet, because I felt like there was no grip anymore, but sometimes you get in the scenario where...
one guy has already pitted for Inter. I'll start looking at his lap times.
You look at the delta.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
But yeah, sometimes you get in a scenario where slicks, even though they don't feel good, they still end up being faster than the Inters. And DRS is still enabled as well, so I decided to stay out. Joris cruising 1.8 seconds ahead of us as we head into turn 1.
How are you going to get undercut? I guess that's a yes.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, we might get undercut here, so we have to push as hard as we can on this in-lap. You can see we've already gained 6 tenths to Joris Cruisen so far, as DRS has been disabled, so we might have gone a lap too long here, and that is really frustrating because that might mean we lose track position, and in wet conditions it is nearly impossible to overtake. So that's going to be really frustrating, as Joris is really struggling for grip ahead of us. We've gained already 1.2 seconds on this lap, and it's going to be more. It's a little bit unfortunate that we're going to get dirty air here, because otherwise we might have limited the undercut even more. So yeah, into the pits we go for the inters. I guess because we were so fast on the in lap, we might have minimized the damage here.
With Red Bull.
So on go the inters, and unfortunately, I think yours might not have a purple pit stop there, and that costs us a little bit more. Let's just hope that it doesn't cost us any extra positions. Out we go.
Close, man.
And yeah, we're right behind Tycho Hardy, and yeah, that's unfortunate. We were ahead going into the pits of Shanika Clay and Tycho Hardy.
Now it's a
But
train
we've
to the
lost an extra 2 positions, and if we had boxed last lap, we would have been ahead of Joris Cruzen as well, and we might have been in the fight for the win or the podium. I think actually Angelo Di Tenzio is there in P3. We were ahead of him before he boxed, so yeah, we would have been in P3 now. But easy to say afterwards, of course. With the weather forecast being approximate, it is very hard to exactly know what the right lap is to box. And yeah, now we have to try. Make some overtakes on track, which...
Could be 3 seconds lap faster, I'm not getting by.
Yeah, you can even say that. It's incredibly hard to pass in these conditions. No DRS, and with the limited slipstream we got and the tons of dirt, yeah, it's really hard. But we got such a good run through that fast section. Into sector 3 we're gonna brake late down the inside, because I know this is the only opportunity we're gonna get if we want to get past. And now around the outside into the stadium section, and it's so close through here with a little bit of a tap into the final corner. We go still side by side, and now we are on the inside under traction. But as you can see there, Tycho just has more straight line speed than us, so he is lower on the wings, which is probably why he's struggling on pace. But it makes it so hard to overtake. And now into turn 1, we're gonna go around the outside, brake late, and we make the corner. Up to P6 we go. And as you can see there in the top left, Shanika Clay with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Now, that most likely is not gonna get removed. Again, as I've said before, 10 seconds is incredibly hard for that tiny bit of speeding, because he's gonna drop well out of the points. No matter how well he drives in the next 3 laps, he is not going to score points. So, yeah, that's an extra position for us. But we're trying to still get past Joris Cruzen as well here, of course. And yeah, we're 3.6 tenths behind. He's 1.4 seconds behind Shanika Clay. Now, he might be getting a little bit of slipstream, but it's not much. But at the same time, we are quite slow on the straight, so yeah, we're gonna have to do it somewhere else. Again, it's gonna be have to be an overtake under braking somewhere if we want to make this move, because we do not seem to have the straight line speed to go for a move on the main straight. So that's gonna have to be late. It's gonna have to be unpredictable, and that's what we're gonna try and do. Shanika Clay now a lot closer to Joris. Joris is a lot closer to Shanika, and that gives him just a tiny bit more slipstream, and that's frustrating because we might have been close enough on this lap, but because of the slipstream, we're not gonna make it. So let's see if we can go for a move somewhere else. And actually, I tried something crazy there. That was never gonna work. So we lost quite a lot of time with that. But as you can see there, we've caught it up in no time. We've got so much pace in hand, we just cannot, for the life of us, get past. Again, Joris is gonna get a bit of slipstream, or actually a lot of slipstream. That's the whole issue we have at the moment. You get a lot of slipstream from being a second behind someone, but then you're not getting any more when you're only a tenth behind. So yeah, that's the struggle we're facing. And now onto the last lap we're gonna go. 2.8 tenths is the gap. And it's going to be very, very late if we want to make this. And that's exactly what we're going to try and do into turn 1, late on the brakes. But unfortunately, we didn't make the corner, and I decided to get that position back because that was a bit of a terrorism move there from us. But we had to try. No harm done. Gave the position back, and yeah, made sure that we didn't go for a move straight away into turn 4, of course. Not that they were close enough anyway, but yeah, had to give that one back. Perhaps somewhere else we can do it. There's only half a lap remaining, of course, so it's gonna have to be in the stadium section if we want to get this one done. But at the moment we're 6 tenths behind and nowhere near close enough to do anything. So it's gonna be P5 then. We tried everything on these inters to try and get past Joris, but it wasn't enough. So P5 it is. We're gonna gain 10 points to Nicolas Longay, but we're gonna lose 8 points to Julian Klaffenbach, who I think takes the lead of the championship now. So yeah, he might be the new championship leader going into the final, I think 5-6 rounds of this championship. So got some work to do, especially in qualifying. We've just not been on it in the past few races, which is frustrating, but we've been very good on other tracks. So yeah, it just seems to be very track dependent for all the drivers currently on the grid. So yeah, let's see if we can close that gap on those particular tracks and fight for the championship. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Ciao.